Welcome to a video where I try to not completely and totally humiliate myself, which did not completely happen. The other day, I thought it would be a good idea to try and play a 1v1 against every single rank. Yes, every rank. That means bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, champion, grand champion, and supersonic legend. But to take it one step further, I thought it'd be a good idea to try and 1v1 a pro. So I did. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. So all in all, I had to play 9 1v1s without completely and totally looking like a fool. Although the results weren't quite what I expected, they turned out to be pretty interesting. So if you find them interesting, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And also, while you're down there, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We're on our way to 600 subs, so if you could just help me out by clicking the subscribe button real quick, I would really appreciate it. On the subject of that, I do just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been super supportive of the videos as well as the streams over at twitch.tv/Mr_101. I really do appreciate all the support, and I just want to say a huge and massive thank you. That being said, let's get right into the games. First up was the bronze player who goes by Mystic on Discord. Now, this game went about how you'd expect a champ playing a bronze to go. Quite honestly, this was my warm-up game, and not that this is an excuse, but he did end up scoring a few goals on me, I think due to me not being totally warmed up yet. So we'll just say that's the case, so I don't completely look like a fool here. A few times I did overcommit, and he ended up getting a goal or two off of that. And then I missed a couple easy shots, so the score could have been higher if I had actually shot the ball on target like I was supposed to. I also said something that we're going to look back on during one of the later games in this video, so take a listen. I will say one thing I really need to get better at in ones is my kickoffs, because they are terrible and I swear they cost me the game half the time. Overall, the game went pretty well. Mystic really didn't have the game speed or the mechanics that, you know, of course the higher ranks do, since he is bronze in ones. It was, on my end, a very easy game to play. I had no doubts about winning. But yeah, the game went about how I expected it to. We ended up winning with the final score being 10-3. Next up was the silver opponent. I played Ben Weber for this game, and again, it went about how I'd expect it to go. I actually did not get scored on at all this game, so again, we'll just say those first few goals in the bronze game were due to me not being warmed up. So now that I was warmed up, I was good and ready to go. I didn't notice a whole lot of difference, to be honest, between the bronze and the silver game. The only thing that I could really pick out was that the silver had slightly better challenging and 50-50s over the bronze. Otherwise, the game speed and mechanics stayed about the same. This game we ended up scoring a little bit more, and the final score was 11-0, with us taking home the win. Next up was the 1v1 against the gold player. For this game, I played against 4HPH, who's been super helpful in setting up the Discord server, link in the description. And it went about the way you would expect a champ versus gold game to go. Quite honestly, I did definitely see an improvement in game speed and positioning on the field. Mechanics still really weren't there quite yet, but that is to be expected given it was gold. I didn't end up scoring quite as many goals as I necessarily thought I would, but that's okay because we were slowly climbing up through the ranks, so I guess it is to be expected to slow down at some point. Got it! Got that demo goal! This question is just fun. Do you do me like it had to be done? The final score for this game ended up being 7-0, and we did end up taking home the win. Next up was the Platinum 1v1. For this game, I played against Fuzed, a very long time and old viewer of the channel, so I always do appreciate the support there. Rip greasy fingers from Wendy's. My dude out here eating them chicken nuggets from Wendy's. Now this 1v1 didn't go quite the way I expected. The score ended up being a little bit higher in the end. The game speed had picked up a little bit, as well as mechanics. Positioning was probably about the same as gold, I would say. And then a couple times I was able to actually get a couple of fakes on him, which I rarely do, so that was pretty fun. Although this one I didn't even score on. Oh, we got the fake. Let's go. And then this one I was able to score on. Oh my gosh, that's the second time I faked him, and that time we scored. Let's go. As the game progressed, I continued to score more goals until at one point my controller just randomly disconnected and he kind of got a free goal off of that. What? That was bizarre. Okay. Whoops. So I have no idea why my PC made my controller disconnect, but it is what it is, and in the end, we ended up taking the game by 7 goals, with the end score being 10-3. Coming up after the plat was the diamond game. For this game I played Jeff, and this was probably the game where I saw the biggest jump in skill. For this game, I definitely noticed a huge increase in speed and positioning on the field, and I definitely noticed a big sense of patience that I really hadn't seen in any of the other players before. Okay, good bump, good bump. Definitely did not just own goal there. I feel like diamond is probably where you start to not just boom the ball down the field, but actually take the time to try and formulate a good shot. All those game speed, game sense, and positioning were much better than the previous ranks. I will say his mechanics were probably what made him miss the most goals or miss a couple saves, so that's probably what the weak point was in this specific 1v1. So overall, it was harder to beat the diamond player than the previous ranks, and I could tell it was only going to get harder going forward. 19 seconds. Oh shoot, I missed the boost. This could kind of be tragic. Luckily, oh, does that count as a fake? I don't know. We ended up winning the game with a final score of 8-2. Next up was our champion 1v1, and for this game I played against Kelp. This game started off by me getting scored on first, and I could definitely tell it was going to be a tough game. Kelp's game sense, speed, and mechanics were very far improved from the previous ranks, and this right here is most of the time the kind of opponents that I face in ranked. With me being in champ and Kelp also being in champ, I could tell that this was going to be my toughest game up to date, and quite honestly, we just played ping pong back and forth with the goals. Okay, good over flick on his part and total miss. I think he might have overcommitted too much and we get a goal off of that. Was able to get by him. So yeah, I'm a little bit more of an, like, maybe not overly aggressive, but I'm fairly aggressive when it comes to ones. I've had a lot of people tell me my playstyle is very strange. Okay, nice. Perfect. Okay, we're up a goal finally. We're not trailing that one. Let's see if we can get the kickoff. We did not win the kickoff, although it didn't really... Maybe it did. Dang it. Okay, he did actually get a goal off of that. Finally, when the score was 4-4, I ended up making a couple dumb mistakes, which cost me a goal. My recovery, he got the boost, and this might be a goal. Yeah, that's a... And then I own gold. With not much time left on the clock, I was not able to make a comeback, and I ended up losing 4-6. This is where our win streak ends, but we had to continue to see how we did against the next ranks. Coming off of a loss, I was hoping to regain my strength and beat the Grand Champ. For this game, I played against Soarz, who, fun fact, was actually my 3rd subscriber to the Mr. 101 channel. Soarz started playing Rocket League on the Switch, and then a little while ago switched over to PC. He's only become better since, and it was definitely clear to see that in this game. Just over a minute into the game, I was already down by 3 goals and feeling what it's like to play against a Grand Champ. The rest of the game didn't go quite that horribly, luckily. He's a GC1, I know, which that is on the lower end, but still, this is a bit on the mental side. Was able to save it, gonna get a goal off of this, luckily. There we go, at least we got one goal. The game speed, mechanics, and positioning improved even more than the champion game, and quite honestly, I struggled. Soarz speed is what really probably caught me off guard the most because I was not used to playing against someone quite as fast. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw. Oh. Okay, that was a bit of a whiff on his part, but we'll take it. When you get to higher ranks, unless you know for sure you're going to hit the shot, if you make one mistake by trying to do a fancy flick or something off the wall or ceiling, you're most likely going to get scored on, and that's what happened a couple times here. Soarz also had a few ridiculous saves, which, I mean, that would have been a goal normally, but in this case, it was not. As the game progressed, I knew I was probably, unfortunately, not going to win this one either. We ended up finishing the game with Soarz winning at 5 goals, while I only had 2. If I would have made this video a couple months ago, this next game would not have existed. But now it does, because Supersonic Legend is now a rank. For my game against Supersonic Legend, I was able to play against Aqua, whose name I want you to remember for when he's old enough in a couple years, you'll be seeing him for sure in RLCS. I better make it back. Okay, he missed. Very epic. That's a free goal, boys. Free goal. 1-2, we could still get the dub, you know what I'm saying?
No.
In the next game, you'll see that there was not a lot of difference in skill level between Aqua and our pro, so it was a smackdown in both games. For this game, I noticed absolutely insane speed, positioning, mechanics, all of the above. At a few points, I almost felt like Aqua was just toying with the ball as if I wasn't even there. It's like he was in a free play session by himself and just trying to do cool, interesting shots. This game was absolutely insane. I legitimately have never felt that helpless in a 1v1 before. Aqua scored goal after goal while I was hardly able to ever even end up touching the ball. It was basically a massacre if that existed in Rocket League. What is he doing? Oh my gosh. Like, bro, I probably should have challenged earlier, but he most likely would have just popped it over me, so. I was able to score 1 goal on him, with the final score being 17-1. And finally, the final game had arrived. I had already lost the previous 3 games, and I knew going into this that I was going to lose again, but I had to do it. I was going to go up against one of the best pros in the world. He has his name in one of the Rocket League arenas on a banner. The reason he has his name there is because he won with his team NRG in RLCS Season 8. The man who I went up against for this game, for my pro game, for the final game of this video, was none other than the one, the only, the myth, the man, the legend, any title you want to give him, GarrettG. And I mean this GarrettG.
Well, that's going to slow down Team Dignitas, who are now on the defensive. Still 0 goals. Oh my goodness! Oh my Garrett!
And this GarrettG. And yes, even this GarrettG.
How many states are there in the USA?
Oh God, I don't even know that.
Is that your answers?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no, he got it right, didn't he?
I got it right.
I've always I put 50 or 51. I have no idea why.
In all honesty though, the game went about as well as it did against Aqua. It was an absolute beatdown from Garrett to me. There was absolutely no hope of me winning, and from here I just need to continue to improve if I ever want to have a chance of beating someone somewhat near this skill rank. I'm not going to tell you everything that happened in this game, and this is the one that you'll see more of the raw footage or gameplay of, because I thought it would be a little bit more interesting to see me go against a pro, and mostly, well, I just thought it was cool that I finally got to play a pro. So I hope you enjoyed this last game, and don't leave, because that part that I wanted you to remember in the beginning of the video, there's a reason for that right after this game. Terrible recovery, but we actually... Okay, he almost saved that, dude. He almost saved that. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even hit the ball that time. Did I? I don't know. I didn't even hit the ball, it looked like. Yeah, let's see. I tried it. Man, I tried. Did I just win a kickoff? What? Unreal. Unreal moment. And I failed my recovery. Cool. I'm out of boost, dude. Yeah, guys, so this is what it's like to 1v1 a pro. You lose, to say the least. Why did I go for that? What am I doing? Oh my gosh, dude. I'm cringing so hard. I'm cringing so hard. Okay. No, he's gonna do it to me. He's gonna, yep, okay. Look at that, look at the points difference. He's 1,600 points. I have like 230, dude. This is just not going well. I mean, it's basically as simple as that. Oh, are we gonna clip on him? No, hell no, we're not. No, don't, no, no. Guys. You got the demo. How do you even get going that fast? Like, I ran into his bump. What am I doing? 1-16. And that, folks, is another goal for him. Hey, he didn't score 20 goals on me. I gotta be proud of something, right? I scored 1. He almost got it. I'm gonna hear it in the comments. Let me know how absolutely awful I did. Alright. Now that I got absolutely beat down by GarrettG in a 17-1 game, I was able to get into a call with him afterwards, and here's what he had to say. That thing that I wanted you to remember, you'll see why. Well,
hello.
That was the SmackDown I expected. If I'm being honest. Oh man.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say one thing I like really need to get better at in ones is my kickoffs, because they are terrible, and I swear they cost me the game half the time.
nah, but honestly, like, your kickoff was surprisingly annoying.
Yeah, and I find it really interesting, like extremely interesting that you say about my kickoff, because that is the one thing that I think I struggle with the most, and that I think I concede the most goals to, is people getting kickoff goals on me. So that's very interesting.
Yeah,
that you say that.
I know what you mean. I think after I changed my kickoff to be a little bit slower, I like started winning them again. And honestly, it's funny because that's something I'm bad at too. I get destroyed by actual one's mains.
Yeah.
On kickoff. So.
Well, that's it, folks. That's all 9 of my 1v1s. Playing from bronze all the way through the ranks to a pro-ranked player, this is an experience I will never forget. Given that I'm a champ as of right now, I think it would be interesting to revisit this concept next year to see how I do that. So normally, this is the part of the video where you give a recap. You know, I learned this and this from this rank, the game speed picked up here, all that, etc. But let's be honest for a second. What did we really learn today? Well, we learned that I got my heart stuck champ when ass kicked by some higher players, and that I need to go back to the rank where I belong. Thanks for watching.